Hey everyone! Feeling stressed, having violent tendencies, in laws in town and got you down? Well, I have the perfect place for you. Come to Lawless Land. We'll tell you what it's all about.
Lawless land is the solution to most crime. It is a city with almost no laws, the exception being that there are only four rules.
Prior to the creation of Lawless Land, it became apparent that the methods we were using aren't working. Law enforcement tried to catch the criminals, we even made them do jail and prison time, and there were still too many. Prisons are overflowing and violent crime still plagues our streets.
The first law is that there is no harm to any guards. There is no exception to this. And if you do beat, kidnap, or murder any of the guards, then you will be punishable by death.
Even within the city limits of Lawless Land, any sexual-related crimes are strictly forbidden. Any violation to this rule will result in immediate death.
Since we do not want any crime coming out of the city, we think it is understandable that no weapons are allowed outside of Lawless Land. This would be the third rule. Now, you can take some weapons out if you do have valid license or permit to carry. But still, if you do not, then there will be no allowance for you to bring weapons outside of Lawless Land.
The fourth and final rule of Lawless Land, however, it may not be much of a rule, is that any violent crime that takes place outside of the premises or the city limits of Lawless Land will result in immediate death with no exceptions.
There are many different benefits of Lawless Land. The first could be that it's a constantly available stress reliever. If you're having a hard time and you're really stressed at work, you can always go to Lawless Land to let out that anger. Another one is that it will increase overall public safety so that women will feel safe walking their children and families can be safe in their neighborhoods. And even anyone can walk at night and not be afraid of kidnapping and murder. The last one would be that there is a national better mental health due to a free outlet. People might feel trapped or condemned in their own mind, but they can release these thoughts by going to Lawless Land.
One final benefit that comes from Lawless Land actually has to do with the initial reason for its creation, which is to lower the rate of violent crimes across the state.
Now, there may be the question of where will the guards come from? This can easily be solved through the fact that there will be a decrease in prisoners due to them being able to go to Lawless Land and commit crimes. Now, these prison guards will not have jobs, but instead, Lawless Land can offer them a job as being a guard. They can make sure to patrol the city to make sure no rules are broken. They can make sure that no one is exiting without a license for a weapon. They can also make sure that none of the chaos from inside of Lawless Land will reach to the outside world and so that it's all contained. This plan, however, cannot just be established with an idea. There must be many steps that will be taken to achieve the goal. These steps may be long or they could be short, but they still help to achieve the goal of our solution.
Now that we've discussed what Lawless Land is, now it's time for the question on everyone's mind. How would we finish this and how would we go through with this plan? We broke this down into 4 steps that make it easier to follow. The first step would be we need to convince federal officials that this solution is the best solution to the given problem. The second step would be that we need to decide where these cities would be built across the states. The third steps would be to find people who are willing to work and guard the city. And the fourth and final step would be to develop a plan to open and construct the cities across the United States.